Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been a while. I know I owe you guys an explanation, and I promised you will get one. I am going to make an update video about my personal life as well as life in Japan for you guys in an upcoming video. So stay tuned for that. But I do want to apologize, and I do want to say that I'm extremely thankful to those of you who are subscribed. I really appreciate you guys. You know, these videos that I do I don't get paid for YouTube. I just do it for fun. I do it for, to help you guys out. I do it because I didn't have it as far as it relates to like these specific videos that I've been doing lately about like life in Japan and stuff. The purpose for me doing it is to get information out to you guys that I didn't find easily available when I was starting this process. And I really appreciate you guys watching. I really do. But I also want to say sorry because I know you guys look forward to the videos and stuff like that. But life does happen. I am human, and should be hectic sometimes. So like I said, I will give you guys an updated video in a future video, and I will update you guys on everything that has been going on. Until then, thank you. I also want to say Happy New Year. I hope you guys are able to accomplish all of your goals that you have set for yourself this year. I hope you guys are, find happiness and peace and prosperity in this year. I know these past few years have been definitely hard. There's a lot of deaths and stuff that's happening. So I just hope you guys enter this year feeling like you're gonna take over the world, conquer your dreams, conquer your goals, and just be awesome ass people. Because I know you guys are, and I know that you guys have the ability to be that. And then the last thing I want to mention before I jump into the video is that last video I had mentioned that there weren't any plantains in this store. And if you've gotten here, if you PCS here into Misawa since that video, then if you've been in the commissary, you know that there are plantains in the store. And I want to update you guys on how that has happened. So the reason there are plantains in the store is because Lou has written into the suggestion box within the commissary and spoken to the managers to say, hey, can we get some plantains in the store? And the suggestion box wasn't something I mentioned in my last video. At least I don't think I did, because I just wasn't aware of it. So I wanted to mention it in this video. If you are here and you see that there's something that you want in the commissary, but it's not there, we don't have it, you can write into the suggestion box asking for them to bring that item here. I mean, it's worked. There really are plantains in the commissary right now, thanks to Lou and his stomach. But I believe how it works is if it's something that they can bring into Japan, they will. And based on how the item sells is going to determine if it's going to be a reoccurring item or not. So I just wanted to kind of update you guys on that because I thought it was pretty cool and it was definitely worth mentioning. But without further ado, let's jump into this video. So as you guys saw in the title, this video is going to be about things that you should bring into or bring to Misawa with you. So just so you know, I am talking about your express shipping and your what is it called? Your suitcase. So like things you should have on your person, in your suitcase, in your carry-on, check luggage, stuff like that. Those are the two categories. And the reason I'm creating this video is because of everything we've gone through. We're really still going through it. Just being here, as you guys know, and even if you don't know, we left to come here in September of last year. We got here in September. Our household goods are still not here. We did not do express shipping because we were told our stuff was going to be here by the time we got here. The reason for that is because although we got here in September, we left our house and packed up all of our stuff and put it in storage, and it was supposed to be shipped here 2 months before we even got here. So we were told our stuff would be here already when we got here. And that just hasn't been the case. To no fault of the moving company. It was actually the warehouse that our stuff was in. What was it? They didn't log our stuff into the system, so it wasn't showing up in there. So they couldn't, the company, the moving company could not then move it. They had to wait for the warehouse to like put our stuff in their inventory. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. I'm just, sometimes when I talk about this, you might hear me like huff and puff, or you may see me roll my eyes or see my body language change, because I'm really am frustrated about everything that's happened. And like I said, we're still going through it, and more stuff has happened since then, which is why we don't have our stuff. Now we're dealing with a new moving company, and they are just unprofessional. It is what it is. They're unprofessional, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So if you see my body language change, that is why, when I talk about some of these things. Yeah. But yeah, so that's how this video came about. It basically got inspired based on our experience. And yeah. So the first thing I'm going to go through is express shipping. The first thing on the list of things you should bring in your express shipping is a vacuum. These houses do have carpeted floors. This carpet, so you're going to need to vacuum upstairs, the living room, like all of the bedrooms is carpet. And because we thought we was going to get our stuff a lot sooner in the beginning, like when we first got here, we borrowed a vacuum from a friend, or really a coworker, one of Lou's coworkers, and we used that thinking like, hey, this will be great. We won't need it for long, and we'll have our stuff soon, which obviously did not happen. And I still want to do a house tour for you guys. That was actually going to be this video. I didn't do it this video because I thought I'd do it when we got our stuff. And but if you guys want to see the house tour prior to us getting our stuff, or you guys want to see a house tour before we get our stuff, and then versus after we get our stuff, just let me know and I will get that in there. But if it really doesn't matter to you guys, then the house tour will be after our household goods come. Anyway, yeah, going back to what I was saying about the vacuum, you're gonna need a vacuum. Have a vacuum. The next thing on the list, and I'm looking down because I'm actually looking at the list, I don't know it by heart, is a shovel or snow blower. Now, obviously, that is going to determine when you come, right? So if you come in midsummer, or you're not going to need a snow blower. Hopefully your stuff will not take half of the year to get to you, because that would be ridiculous, right? So you won't need a snow blower then. We got here in September, like I said, and it's January of the following year, and we still haven't gotten our stuff. So yes, it's snowing it's actually snowing right now. Snowing really bad. I'm looking out the window, snowing hard. There's like mountains of snow out there, and if you are a person who has a bad back, if you know you ain't gonna be out there helping your husband shovel that damn snow, invest in a snow blower, or if you guys don't mind, get yourself a shovel. Yeah, because it'd be crazy out here. The next thing would be cold weather gear. Like I said, obviously it's going to determine, that's going to be based on when you get here. If you're getting here at the end of the summer, then you definitely want to have cold weather gear. I already mentioned in my last video that you're not going to really be able to find sizing here. So if you're a smaller petite person, then yes, you might easily be able to find some stuff. If you are tall, if you have really huge feet, if you are curvy, if you are any of those things, really. If you're any of those things, you might want to bring your stuff with you. Like I said, we did not do express shipping, and so we had to pack winter stuff. We packed winter gear and summer gear because we came in September, so it was still pretty hot. And then we had to pack for the winter. I could not bring my snow boots with me because they just did not fit in the luggage. We just couldn't carry everything, right? And of course, we thought we would have our stuff by now, which we don't. So I actually have a friend here, hey Roxanne girl, she had an extra pair of boots and gave them to me. Like very, very sweet, of course. But that might not always be the case. So if you can avoid having the same situation I had, go ahead and bring your stuff with you. depending on when you're gonna PCS here. The next thing I have on here is spices. I kind of already mentioned spices in my last video. Like, you know, the commissary has stuff. But if it's a specialty item, and what I consider a specialty item is like if it's something that you make at home that you cannot easily find in your local grocery store, you have to go to like an international store, you might want to bring it with you, right? We did bring spices, but we bought like adobo and like stuff you could normally find in a grocery store. Of course, I didn't know what they had in the commissary here. I really had no idea. There was no way for me to find that out. I just assumed it was overseas. We was gonna have a lot less stuff than you would see obviously in the States, right? But we do have a nice spice section. And then also there is the suggestion box, like I mentioned earlier in the video. But if there is a specialty item, just go ahead and bring it in. Set yourself up for success, because what could happen is it could be a specialty item on your list that they do have in a store, which would be great. Or it could be a specialty item that they don't have in a store. And then if you want to buy it, you can always buy stuff off of Amazon. However, Amazon does not ship everything. All products do not ship here from Amazon. Or you can find it and it does ship, but it's like twice as expensive as it would be had you just bought it in the States. Or you can find a family member who would bring it to you or ship it to you, you know. But instead of going through the hassle, just bring some with you. That way you're at least set up for the year. Not the year, child. You're at least set up for a few months, because right now we're on lockdown, because COVID cases has risen, right? So that means we can't go out to eat. We can't do this. We can't do that. Like, obviously, when you first come to Japan, you want to experience the food. You want to experience the ramen and the sushi and, you know, all of the other stuff, right? But when you're new here, it might be a lot harder for you to find a good Mexican spot, if there's one at all, right? A good Thai place, a good Indian place, a good, you know, if you have a craving for other kinds of foods, it's going to be hard to find those foods when you first get here, because you're new, right? So if it's something you can make at home, you might as well already have the spice, because if you're in a situation like us, when you're locked down, you can't even go out to eat, you know? So just go ahead, do yourself a favor, bring those spices. They're gonna do more good than they could do harm, you know? So go ahead and do that. All right, the next thing on the list is hiking gear. So what I've noticed about being here in Japan is that there's a lot of hiking trails. A lot of activities is hiking. When I Google, you know, fun things to do in Hachinoe, a lot of the stuff is like sightseeing, walking, hiking. They do have like aquariums, museums and stuff like that, but most of the things there are hiking. We have trails on base. We have, you know, you can go hike Mount Fuji. Like, it's a bunch of things that you can do here as far as hiking and walking and stuff like that. So you should bring that stuff with you in your household goods. Again, it's going to depend on when in the year you're coming. If you're coming in the wintertime and it's freaking snowing like it is outside, you probably don't need to pack that in your house, in your express shipping, excuse me. I feel like I said household goods earlier, but I mean your express shipping. You probably don't need to pack that in your express shipping. You can probably wait and bring that in your household goods stuff, but go ahead and pack it regardless. Like, just bring some hiking stuff with you, because it is a lot of that here. If you've never done it before, if you want to try it, just bring it. You can find hiking stuff here. They have a sports authority here. They have a bunch of things there. It is Japanese sizing though. I'm not sure about the shoes, but I'm assuming if the clothes are Japanese sizing, then the shoes will be too. So for Japanese sizing, if it says extra large, it's really a large. If it says a medium, it's really a small. If it says a small, it's really extra small. So it's basically a size down, which is annoying. I'm not gonna lie, especially because I feel like Luke could fit everything. Like, it's so effing annoying. Like, he has no problems finding stuff. Shoes he finds easily, like pants. He just finds things so easily. It's so annoying that men find things like that. When it's us, because I feel like they just have like one kind of body type. And women come in different shapes. I don't know. It's annoying. I can make a whole separate video about that, but I won't, you know. I'm gonna stop being a hater. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, just go ahead and if you already have gear, perfect. If you need to buy some stuff, go ahead and get it. Do yourself the favor, because if you get here and you want to go hiking and you can't because you're either having a hard time finding stuff, boots that fit, and they do have hiking stuff in the BX. In the last video, I don't know if you guys caught it, they did have hiking boots, and I think they had 2. So if you want a variety in color, in size, in brand, any of those things, go ahead and just bring that stuff with you. The next thing I have on the list is board games. Dun, dun, dun. Board games is extremely important. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. Bring your board games, and it's not just board games. Basically, it's anything that you and your family do to have fun in the house, to make your connections, your bonds, and stuff like that stronger. So maybe if you guys like arts and crafts, bring that kind of a stuff. For us, if you've seen any of my other videos, prior to me doing videos about coming to Japan, then you would know, like, we do game night on Fridays, we have science night on Tuesdays, and we do movie nights. So every other Friday is a movie night, every other Friday is a game night, and then we would do like a science night. Let me tell you, we don't have any of that stuff because, of course, you know the reason why. And so it has been difficult being in this house. It's been difficult because this house doesn't really feel like home. We don't have any of our stuff here, and we don't have anything to kind of make us feel like the norm. There's no routine that we're used to here. And I think that's important for kids, especially, to have a routine. It's good to have a routine outside. Like, obviously, Kylie's in school, she's in the after school programs and all that stuff. That's great. But then what about when you come home, right? You need something that can bring the family together, instead of you guys kind of just finding your own things to do separately, which we've been doing a lot, because we don't have our stuff. And they do have a store inside the BX where there are games, board games and stuff like that. It's just not that many. It's just not. You can find some things outside. There is a Toys R Us here. I don't know if I mentioned that, but there is a Toys R Us here. You go to the Toys R Us. They have other stores where you can buy toys and stuff like that here in the malls and stuff. And I've seen games, but if it's a game that you're not familiar with, then you're gonna have a hard time reading the instructions because it's gonna be in Japanese. Of course, you can always look up the instructions online if that's something you're interested in doing, or if you have time to do that. But just go ahead and bring some games or whatever it is, like I said, that you guys do. It doesn't have to be all the games. You don't have to do everything. Like, if I was to bring stuff, it would definitely be the board games or the science stuff. So we would do one or the other. I wouldn't try to fit everything within the express shipping because at the end of the day, everything can't fit. But definitely bring something. If you are not, if you don't have a spouse or kids or anything and it's just you, bring your freaking, what is it called? Your PlayStation, your Xbox, if you are a gamer or whatever it is that you like to do, if you have hobbies or something like that, that that can, take up that free time and, make life a little bit more interesting. Go ahead and bring that. One of the things that we have we have a Nintendo Switch. I bought that with me. But I didn't bring the dock because I couldn't fit it in the freaking suitcases and I didn't want to break it or anything like that. So, if you have a Nintendo Switch, bring that. You guys can bring the dock too, so you guys can play, the games as a family, or you can bring over friends, have a gaming night with your friends or whatever. Bring them over and you guys can play and have a good time on the TV. Like, just bring something that's going to help entertain you, keep things as normal as possible, and in the time where like nothing around you is normal, right? None of this stuff is yours. Like none of the stuff, you're sleeping in a bed that don't belong to you. I don't know how many people slept in this bed before you, and you need something familiar. Bring it. I digress. Anyway, the next thing on my list is going to be towels, sheets, blankets, pillows. You won't get that. You get a bed. You're not going to get any of those other things. Bring the towels, bring extra towels in your express shipping, but bring towels with you on like in your carry-on. Bring a towel for each person. I believe in the towers, like when you're there for ROM, because you do have the ROM, you'll get sheets. You can decide whether you want to use them sheets or not, but we didn't because we had our sheets with us. So we used our sheets, our blankets and stuff for the bedding there. And I would suggest you use the same. If you're a person that can't sleep on any pillow, bring your own pillow. If you didn't have a neck problem when you got here and then you had to sleep on these beds longer than 2 weeks, you will have a neck problem guaranteed. So get yourself a nice good pillow. And yeah, go ahead and bring that with you. Or like, we didn't bring our pillow with us, did we? I don't think we brought it up. This pillow we got from IKEA. Yes, we got this pillow from IKEA. But as far as like pillows, blankets, sheets, and comforters, you want to have them both. You want to have them in your carry-on. Like if you can fit like 2 sheets and a blanket in your carry-on, we did it. You can do it. Go ahead and bring that with you, and any extra bring in your express shipping, because I don't know how express shipping works, to be honest. Never did it, but I'm gonna assume you're gonna get here before your stuff gets to you. It will be faster than your household goods, but you'll probably still have some time, maybe a month, maybe a week, I don't know. So go ahead and bring that on your person, in your carry-on or whatever, and then also put it in your express shipping. Another thing you want to pack in your express shipping is your pots and pans. And when I say pots and pans, you don't have to bring everything. Bring, if you have an air fryer and like you cannot live without that thing, go ahead and bring that. If you have a crock pot that you cannot live without that thing, go ahead and bring that. If you have that good frying pan that can't nobody tell you about this frying pan because this is your baby, bring that one too. You will get pots and pans. We got pots, pans, spoons, forks, we got a microwave, plates, all that good stuff. You will get that, don't get me wrong, but it's not in the best condition. It's just not. So like I said, if you love to cook in your crock pot, go ahead and put that up in there. Your air fryer or any other thing you think you're gonna really, really need, go ahead and put that up in there. If you have like a really intricate devices and stuff, like a blender, put your blender in there. I miss my blender. Put your blender in there. I like to make barbecue chicken, and like the little brush that you use to put the barbecue on the actual chicken, they don't have that here. They don't have the one I like. They do have it, don't get me wrong, they have a brush. But one, we bought the brush outside, and then 2, that's not something you would get in your rental when you get your pots, pans, and stuff like that. You're not gonna get that. So go ahead and pack that if you like barbecue chicken, or pack those things. Pack anything you think like your knife sharpener. Go ahead and pack that if that's something that you're gonna need. If you're like a kitchen, if you are somebody who likes to be in the kitchen, you like to cook, you know what those things are that you're gonna need. Because I'm telling you, you're only gonna get the basics. Bring that blender. It will save your life. I've been trying to make this one thing for forever, and I can't make it because I don't have my effing blender. So just think about the things that you use on a daily. Your freaking what's this called? Your Keurig or your coffee pot or whatever. Bring those things with you, because you ain't getting it here. Not for rent anyway. You can probably buy it, but if you already have it, why buy it? So keep that in mind. And then you're going to want to bring cleaning supplies. When I say cleaning supplies, I'm not talking about any liquids. You cannot bring those. I'm talking about your broom, your mop. We had to buy brooms here. Your trash bins, that might be important. We had to buy trash bins for the bathrooms. No, I'm lying. We did have to buy a trash bin. We bought a trash bin for Kylie's bathroom. We did. We have one. I don't know if you guys can see this thing right here. That's a trash bin. We didn't buy that. That came with the place. But I'm thinking that might be. It came with two trash bins for the bathrooms. We did. Yeah, we didn't buy that. That was here. But if you know, and then we have the trash bin in the kitchen. I'm gonna insert how that looks here because I hate that thing. But so I would want like the big trash bin, which we have in our kitchen, because you can obviously put more trash in it. So bring your trash bin if you can, you know, you can put that in there. Bring some paper towels, some rags if you like to use rags for cleaning. Bring some, some sponges. Like just bring whatever you can. If it's something that you already have at your house. Now, if you're gonna have to buy sponges anyway, you can just buy the sponges at the BX or the Commissary. Like it's sponges, it doesn't matter. But if you already have brooms, why buy more? You will need an outside broom too though. So we have an outside broom and an inside broom. If you only have an inside broom currently, you will need an outside broom. So go ahead and bring, you might have to buy that here. But if you have it already, you could just bring it. And I hope I'm not going too fast for you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just... All right. Another thing that you might want to put in your express shipping is any beauty products. So for me, I like doing my nails. It's something I'm still working on, becoming like great at. Like I just did these. They don't look that great, but it's something that I'm working on, right? So like I have a whole bunch of nail polish and stuff. I have like a bag full of polish, nail polish remover, cuticle cleaners, clippers. So I have a whole bunch of that stuff already, but then I had to buy more because we don't have our stuff. Not only that, like if it was a situation where I could wait, you know, like, okay, well, our stuff will be here in a month or whatever, a month from when we got here, that's one thing. But then our stuff still isn't here. And it's like, as a woman, you know, you want to do your nails. And to be honest, it's not as like you can get your nails done here. There's people on base that could do it. You go outside of base, like it's definitely doable. It's just not as easily accessible. It's not so easy as it is in the States where you can just walk into a place like, hey, y'all got time for me to do my nails? No, you have to make an appointment. And not just that, you have to find the places. Everything here is done on Facebook, which is hella annoying if you're not like on Facebook like that. I'm not a person that's on Facebook like that. I have a Facebook account like most people. But I'm hardly on it. You know, it's just not my thing. So, you know, you have to find these accounts through Facebook. A lot of it's word of mouth and stuff like that. And then if you do find someone or someone recommends somebody and you don't really like them, you'll have to start all over again. You know what I mean? There is a place on base, a beauty, they do hair, nails, and eyebrows all in one place. It's in the BX, so you could always go there and make an appointment. I don't know how good it is there. I haven't been there. Most people here, when they get their nails, hair, or anything done, they don't really go there. I don't know why. I don't know if they've had a bad experience. I haven't heard anything bad about it. I just haven't heard anything about it, really. I'm actually going to try it, and I'll let you guys know how it goes because I prefer it be just an easier experience. But I'm saying all that to say that because of that, I like to kind of do things at home. And if you're somebody who doesn't like to spend money on those things anyway, and you do your own nails and you know how to do your eyebrows and you do your hair and stuff like that, bring your stuff with you because you might have a situation like me where like I don't even have the curlers for my hair. My birthday is in a week and I don't have curlers for my hair. You know how annoying that is? Moving on. Just bring that stuff with you. But yeah. Another thing. If you're gonna be here around the holidays, I'm gonna show you guys my wall. My Christmas wall is so it's so bare. It's just so bare. That's the only thing I can say about it. We didn't bring any of our holiday stuff with us. Obviously, we couldn't fit in our suitcase, and we didn't have express shipping. So Christmas came around, Thanksgiving came around, and our house looked plain. The stuff that's on the wall, which is going to be stockings, I bought here. They had a vendor in the BX, and I love their stockings. It's very beautiful, handmade. I would have bought them things anyway. And we bought the stockings there, and we basically just hung it on the wall, right? I didn't buy a Christmas tree. We have one, and I didn't want to buy ornaments. We already have that. We have 2 Christmas trees. I'm not doing that, right? So, you know, I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday. One of my favorite holidays. I really, really love Christmas. And it was hard not really being able to celebrate Christmas the way I would have wanted to, or the way I would normally celebrate it. Obviously, if you have kids, like, they may or may not care depending on what your traditions are for Christmas and stuff like that. We didn't really it was like Christmas was like another day. Yes, we had presents, Kylie opened the presents, but it didn't feel like Christmas. So if you have a holiday that is really special to you and your family, go ahead and bring your stuff in the express shipping. And it doesn't have to be everything. Like, I know people go crazy for Christmas, Halloween, you know, they want to have their decorations on the outside of the house. I'm not saying you have to bring the outside stuff. Like, if you have your snowman outside, or like your Rudolph and Santa or whomever, you don't have to bring that. Just bring the things that make Christmas feel like Christmas inside your house. You know what I mean? Like the tree, some ornaments, some stockings, you know, and then decorations within the house. Yeah, Christmas was really sad for me this year. This is the last thing for express shipping. So the last thing that I have on here is going to be toys. Some of us don't have human babies, we have pet babies, so it's the same for them as well. You know, make sure you bring your bedding for your dog if they have a specific bed. I know some dogs can be hella specific and they're not gonna be, you know, just sleeping on the floor, you know. So go ahead and bring whatever it is that your dog likes. Obviously, you don't have to bring everything, but maybe a few of their favorite toys, definitely their bed. And we don't have a dog or any animal, so other than those 2 things, I'm not really sure what else you might bring. But as far as the toys too, go ahead and bring some with you as well. Don't pack everything in express shipping because it should be late. Go ahead and bring some of those things with you, some of their favorite toys, bring it with you, and then have some in express shipping. And then same thing with your human babies. Bring their toys along with them. And if they're not into toys, bring whatever it is that they like. Some kids don't like playing with toys. So yeah, bring whatever it is that they like in the express shipping, and then of course bring some with you. All right, so I know express shipping was long. It was really important for me to like have the list as long as it was because of everything we've gone through, and to explain why. But moving on, so the next category is the stuff you should take with you, of course. And I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna think I'm crazy for the first thing on this list, but this is very important, and I realized I didn't bring it, that I couldn't live without it, and I messed up by not bringing it. And it's not going to apply to everybody. I know everybody's different. I'm a person who likes to write things down. I like stickers. I like seeing all the colorful stuff. You could have this in a digital version if you are, you know, someone who, you know, doesn't really care either way. But the first thing on this list is a calendar. Yes, a calendar. I know it sounds so effing weird, and it's like, what the hell? And I do have a calendar. I love this freaking calendar. I've had this calendar for years. It's actually a happy planner. And I have stickers. I have so many stickers for it. I love this thing. I have like, because if you have a happy planner, you know what I'm talking about. But they have like little sticker books, and I love it. Those stickers are hella motivating. Like, they mad motivating. But it's also important for me to like write things down. I didn't know that obviously I was gonna go this long without my planner, or I would have bought it. The reason I didn't bring it is because I already had like my big bulky PCS binder with me. I had other like books and stuff with me, and this was all in one bag. I had my PCS binder, a journal that I bought while I was in the States. I had the tablets, the switch. It was like a bunch of things that I had in that bag, and I was like, I really don't need this calendar thing. It did come in handy, obviously, when I was getting ready to PCS and stuff like that. But I'm like, maybe I could take a break from it. And no, bring it with you. I've spoken about like making Kylie's life as normal as possible, being here. So she's obviously in school, that's a requirement. But we have her in like after school programs and stuff like that. And when I tell you, this after school program, I don't know if you guys heard that, that's probably Kylie, but this after school program, she was in ballet. Right, ballet is on Tuesdays from 4 to 5, and the last few classes she didn't go because we literally forgot. Like there was so much going on those weeks, and it was just like we would remember at 8 o'clock at night on Tuesday, like, oh crap, it's Tuesday, and then we look at the time and it's 8. Like we just missed it, you know. So that was difficult. It was hard. We have a lot of appointments. There's 3 of us, you know. Like Louis remembers his appointments for the most part, and then I have to remember mine and Kylie's appointments, and it just becomes a hassle writing these things down, because I do, but then I'm like, damn, where's the paper I wrote it down on? Because at this point I'm just like grabbing whatever paper is next to me and writing down whatever appointment it is. So it, you know, obviously having a calendar is very helpful when it comes to organizing day-to-day routines and stuff like that. I don't really have to explain why that's important, but I didn't bring mine, and we did buy one though, but it's hideous. I'm sorry. I like my planner to look a certain way, and I like it to be pleasing to the eye, and this one is just ugly as hell. It's hard to use. So yeah, I'm waiting for my planner to come. I cannot wait. That's why that was at the top of the list, because it really is important. Okay, next thing to bring is electronics. So obviously when you're on the plane or you're traveling, you want to be entertained. You want to have a way to entertain your kids. And yeah, bring your handheld electronics, bring those games, those tablets, bring chargers for those things, bring your headphones, and then also bring like a small, what is it called? A small speaker. The reason I'm saying to bring it with you, I don't know about you guys, this may just be a personal thing, but it's one of the things that I noticed that is hella irritating for me now. I like to wake up on Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, and make my breakfast with some music going. You know, me and Kylie like to dance, we like to sing, we like to have like a thing going when we make our breakfast. We also are a family that like to do like dance parties and stuff like that. So like lately we've been having to just put on YouTube on the TV, so like the TV is loud enough for all of us to actually enjoy the music and feel it within our bones and stuff like that, to dance and stuff. But it is really annoying. It's really inconvenient, to be honest. And then another thing I love to do is like when I'm cleaning, I like to play music to like motivate me to clean. When Kylie's cleaning her room or like doing laundry, folding laundry and stuff like that, I play music in her room for the same reason, to motivate her to get going and put them clothes away, and she could dance and sing and fold her clothes and like have a good, like make it a fun thing. So if you're anything like me in that aspect, bring your speaker. Yeah, because you're gonna need it, you're gonna miss it if you don't bring it. So definitely go ahead and bring that. And then medication. You want to bring your medication with you. If you have kids that take medication, you definitely want to have that on your person. Do not put that in your checked luggage. Make sure you have it with you. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is any important documents you need to carry on your person. So I don't know if I mentioned this before. And like 2 videos ago when we just got here and I showed you guys the ramen tower, we lost a bag. Well, they lost our bag really, and it was a checked luggage that ended up going to Korea instead of getting off the plane with us when we got off the plane in Japan. So that luggage actually had Lou's medical records in it, and it had his I love you binder. Now, I don't know for other branches what they call this thing, this binder where they have their stuff. But in the Navy, we call that an I love you binder. So basically, it's a binder where you have all of your evals, any awards that you would have gotten, anything that's in your record that if they easily lost, you would need to show like, hey, no, I got this award. Hey, no, this is my eval, whatever. And if you're not doing that, please do that, because the military loses things every effing day. So please make sure you have an I love you binder where you have a copy of everything that you've ever gotten, any award, any eval. I don't know what else they would put in there, but schooling, your schools, your certificates, trainings, any of that stuff. Put that in there, and when you bring it on you. So put it in your bag, your backpack, your carry-on or whatever. Do not put it in checked luggage. And then this was the last thing on the list, but I do want to mention something else that actually is related to this. And I don't know if I mentioned it before. When you get here, make sure you have a US number, okay? Because the reason we was able to get that checked luggage and how we found out that it was in Korea is because we had a tag that basically said, hey, if this bag gets lost, please contact this US number, which is the number you're going to put on there, like your actual phone number. It's not like you have a Japan number at that time, and your name. So the people called Lou's phone, his US number, which he still had intact, and said, hey, your bag is in Korea, bruh. Where are you? And they was able to get that bag back to him. So make sure you have your US number here for at least a week. Contact your phone provider and let them know, like, hey, I'm moving to Japan. What kind of plan do you guys have? I want to keep my plan for at least a week out there. That is going to be important. Another thing I want to mention, which is definitely not related, is that if you have online banking like I do, I had Synchrony Bank and I have Ally Bank. Go ahead and swap that over now. Just going to tell you guys a quick story about what happened. I'll make it super duper quick. But I have Synchrony Bank. We keep our travel fund in that bank. And so we need to easily be able to see our bank accounts, period, because if there's any fraudulent activity or anything like that, you need to know what's happening, right? So I have the same phone. I just have a different chip in my phone because now I'm using a Japanese company, right? Like I have a new number. So what happened was when I go onto my app and I use my Face ID, my phone easily recognizes me based on the information in the phone, right? The number and stuff like that. Right now, this phone is coming up as a foreign device because it's hooked up to a different company, right? I have a different phone company. And so it prompted me to send a text message to my US number to get authorization into my online account. Obviously, I couldn't do that because I don't have a US number. So then I had to call the bank. Now, I called the bank, and what ended up happening was they was like, hey, we cannot access, you cannot do these things unless you can log in online. We cannot do these things for you. You have to do these things for yourself. So it was some things that they could do and some things that they couldn't. Anyway, I had to get an authorization code, and I didn't have my phone number, so they had to send it through my email, which was fine. You just have to take extra steps in order to verify that it's you. And so what I had to do is I had to take a picture of my state ID. This is another thing. Make sure when you come here, you don't let your IDs, your driver's license, your state IDs go expire. Don't have them expire here. Renew them when you're there. Make sure all your stuff, all your ducks is in a row, because you never know when you're gonna need that stuff. So it had to be an unexpired American license or ID, government ID. And so I was able to take a picture of that, and then I had to do a 5-second video of me moving my face side to side so that they knew it was me. And I got the verification code, and then I had them transfer all of my money into my Navy Federal account. So to avoid all of that, which is not something I thought about, go ahead and kind of call your banks, let them know what's going to be happening, and ask them okay, how will I be able to access my online account? Is it going to kick me out? Or you could also access your online account and make it so that instead of them texting you the verification code, they just send it to your email automatically. So that way you can get online. Because even though the guy sent me their verification code through email, and I was able to verify that it was me and stuff through that, it still wouldn't let me log on online. Like, I still couldn't get online. It was just so that they knew I am who I say I am and that they can transfer the money to me. But it was ridiculous. Go ahead and make sure you call your bank, get all your ducks in a row. Obviously, like I said, that's not something I thought about. I didn't even know that was going to be an issue, but it was an issue for me. Make sure it's not an issue for you. And that's all I have for you today, guys. Once again, I'm sorry for how long it took for me to make another video, and I will have an updated video for you about what's been going on in my life. Happy New Year, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.